Oh,
Everyone, welcome to another episode of Independent Artists Unite song series. Today, we have the continuing saga as laid out by Feen. Welcome.
what's up, Scott?
I'm so entertained by this whole thing, the ongoing saga. I don't
Thank you.
know. I don't know what it is. It's new, but there's something nostalgic about it. There's something 70s episodic television, spy television. These things that what you can't quite connect the dots.
Right. Well, I mean, that's basically there's a lot of things going on. I'm glad you're entertained. That's the important thing. That's what I'm trying to do. So if someone's entertained by what I'm
I
doing
know.
besides me, mission
Mission
accomplished.
accomplished. And now the latest entry, the Texan.
Oh yeah. That's our neo glam epic.
And before we get into what's happening with our protagonists, various protagonists and antagonists, I made a story post and I honestly stand by this. This is the greatest riff of the year.
Thank you.
I mean, you must have been so thrilled when you came up with that.
Oh, I did. I that's actually I was messing around on Reason Compact on my phone because that's where I do all my like sketch out things if I'm like out somewhere and I
Mhm,
have a
mhm.
idea in my head and I'll like just put it on there. You can hear that particular sequence on the Jennifer Maybach promo I did. That's the entire that's a taken right from my Reason Compact.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I fit that in somewhere because I figured like that little the whole song came from that one sequence there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, everything that branched out from it, all the turns came from that.
It's funny how these little gadgets have a certain quality sometimes that you want to preserve in the final
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, no, I actually was going to go and do this all synth again, but it just wasn't working. So I just said like I gotta go put the guitars on this, I gotta put the bass on this, I gotta do everything properly. And it worked out. So it just sounded came out really hard.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, your little lick there, or riff, and then Dick Thunder's double slide flange phaser bass or whatever he's got.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm about to ruin this for you. I'm about to ruin that part for you. We
is
came
that
up with
you? Oh no.
oh no, I'm about to ruin it because I'm gonna say the inspiration for that. You ever Lionel Richie's "You Are"? The little synth bass stings he has on that one. I
Oh
want something
yeah.
like that, but just like but go this like completely out of this, just like knock it out of the park, go really hard on it, and
Oh.
just
Well,
exaggerate that kind of thing. So
why would that ruin it? That only makes it better.
yeah, no, it's just like just to know that like Lionel Richie had a central part in just as much as Roxy Music in inspiring this song.
Oh yeah. I can hear that. I mean, he has some groovy licks in there.
Well, not in that song, but just the bass thing. It's just that I mean I love Lionel Richie. I dig Lionel Richie. I think that that performance he did at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a few years back, best performance of the night next to Dolly Parton. You have like Dolly Parton, you have Lionel Richie coming probably on the same level as Dolly Parton because he just went in there just like, come on everybody, let's party. And him and like Dave Grohl were obviously higher than anybody. You could tell there was like no cocaine left in town because they took it all.
Well, Lionel Richie is similar to Dolly Parton in that no one's got anything bad to say about Lionel Richie. Or Dolly Parton. They have that in common. They're like somehow, decades and decades and decades and decades long career, and they seemingly have wronged no one.
That's good.
Either that or they put their enemies to death.
I don't that's possible. I mean, I don't want that's a dark thing. I don't want I've lost so many heroes in my life. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you should don't ask me about Bill Cosby. Grew up loving Bill Cosby. Then like all of a
Oh
sudden, like, oh, you broke my heart, Bill Cosby. You're dead to me now.
yeah.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
bummed this. I just ruined this entire interview by mentioning that. See, you can ruin any party just by saying Bill Cosby.
Well, I don't
Try
think
it.
so. I actually got he's one of the few people that I've got an autograph off Bill Cosby.
Really.
But this was way back in the late '80s, where he was yeah, they were, I don't know what they were shooting, but he was sitting on the step of a trailer, and I had to ask him for an autograph. Yeah, and he thought it's strange. He had a very strange reaction, that he thought I was like giving him shit. That he thought I didn't really want an autograph. He thought I was like making fun of him or something. It was really weird. He's like, nah, you're not serious. No. I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
like
love him. I'm like, I grew up on Fat Albert. That was like,
yeah,
that was a Saturday morning staple.
yeah. But let's not talk about Bill Cosby anymore because I'm gonna
Okay,
bum my
let's just
out.
stop. Let's just stop. Let's just stop.
No more Bill Cosby talk. That's my fault. It's on me.
Okay, so the new song, the Cosby, I mean, the Texan.
Yes, the Texan.
So you have this great riff.
Yeah,
Did you know, or did you have the subject matter before? Did you know where the story was going?
I had the refrain that the chorus there. Would you
Okay.
like to help Langley get some revenge?
Mm,
That was before I had the rest of the lyrics put on. That was there, and the song was always code named the Texan because it just sounded too big. It seemed to like be no one wanted it there. It's just this too big, too arrogant of a song to
mm,
not be called the Texan. That's
okay.
and so when everything else came together, it just seemed to work out.
All right.
I kept the title, and yeah, it was always going to be someone just like talking sense to our diplomat, because like as you know, the previous song Eulogy, I killed off the attaché, and he's just like talking smack about the guy the entire time, and he's talking to his ghost in the second verse, and that sort of that entire like sour grapes thing, which he always had towards the guy, extends for the entire song and into like his having to go to Washington D.C. to testify before Congress. And this obviously takes place before that. His girlfriend, who is also works State Department, is telling him, like, you know what? His legend has gotten too big. You've got to take advantage of this legacy, and you got to lift him up. Don't talk smack about this guy anymore. There's no one to like stop you on this one. We have to go and take advantage of this. And just like keep your eye on who we really need to blame for what went on.
Okay.
That
But now I'm even a diehard fan, am very confused right now. Can
hmm,
you take us through just the high points of the story thus far?
okay. Okay. We
This is
start.
the how many single? Is this the 11th single or
This is the 10th.
the 10th single? Okay.
Okay, so you start off with visitors. He gets taken hostage for a year or two, and he comes back home in the Rockford Files, to a home that he like no one remembers him. He's like the one hostage that everyone forgot about, and he doesn't like being home.
And can I just ask the protagonist, as yet unnamed, is that
I don't.
correct?
Yeah, he's unnamed. I
Oh
think I'm
boy.
gonna keep him unnamed because
Okay.
I just like it that way.
Yep.
And so then while he's home, he runs into this guy who had an effect on his life in a negative way, the attaché, and he's
Hmm.
thinking to himself how much he doesn't like him. And that takes us into him getting his first assignment back overseas after coming home from being taken hostage for a couple of years. And he deals with that, and because he impresses people there, he gets to go to the mission in West Berlin to work there. And while he's there, he has to go and brief this industrialist, businessman by the name of Arnold Mallet, with the attaché, who's like and the whole thing seems fishy. No one knows exactly what's going to happen. But he knows that something is off about this meeting. And meanwhile, like you have like this other side story, people in East Berlin who are at this taping of a Schlager variety show, and they want to get out. So finally, after that meeting, the attaché shows up in East Berlin, gives these people passports, forged Swiss passports, and they flee to West Berlin. And then we switch to finding out that the attaché was killed in East Berlin. And
and that was Eulogy and the hit song.
Well, to me, yes.
Yeah.
That's
it's the Feen hit song.
Yeah. Listen, kids, if you want to have a song that gets plays, sound like Depeche Mode at least once. You'll get all the plays. Just make a Depeche Mode song, and boom, people are gonna like, I want to hear that song again and again. It works. That song took me so little time to even the guitar part, so little time, so little effort. Well, I did put effort in the vocals. I had
that sounds like my songwriting blueprint to a T.
You do not sound like Depeche Mode, sir. You're not.
Well, I don't think Eulogy sounds like Depeche Mode too. But I hear that a lot with songwriters. They say, you know what, I'm gonna, do the, you think I'm gonna write a Depeche Mode song, and it doesn't end up sounding like that.
Yeah, but as long as you keep it like, it's gotta be catchy. You don't want to like go straight too much. Have something people hook into.
Yeah.
And that's it. And so he gets killed there. And so now he has to come back to DC to testify before Congress, which is actually telegraphed in Eulogy because the House wants to talk. So
okay, yeah.
Go over there. So yeah, I didn't just like pull that out of my head. I telegraphed that. And so he's there, and
that brings us up to date to the Texan.
Yes, the Texan.
All right.
Texan, who is Jennifer Esterine Maybach of Houston, Texas.
Okay.
A person who is made up. She does not exist.
Yeah. And that's interesting. As yet unnamed protagonist, and yet here's this woman, the Texan. She's got a character named the Texan, and also 3 other names.
Oh, well, that
interesting.
Nick's names, yeah. Yes. Jem, because those are her initials. Yes, ma'am, because you do what she says. She's the most competent person where she is. So you're not gonna like go and want to mess with her or like let her down. Yes, ma'am. That's it. And the Texan, because she's a very strong person, and she is from Texas. So there you go. So I made a character who I like, and I was complimentary to the state of Texas, which is difficult for me. So you're welcome, Texas. Yeah. So anyway, she likes this guy. I have not gotten into that. That's what the listener can figure out why this person would actually go for the diplomat that in our story, but she does. That's the only thing you need to know. You can like go wild with it all you want.
And do we know if this is this a real attraction, or is this is this a femme fatale, trying to put one over on James Bond kind of thing?
She gives a hard sell. The song is overwhelming. She gives a hard sell to him. And it's definitely overwhelming. And there's a lot of, she's trying to like get him to do something, but I don't think she just likes him. I don't think she's trying to get him to do anything bad. I don't think that was there's no intention like that. It's just a hard sell. Okay. A come to Jesus movie. You stop talking shit about this guy. Just, talk to them about what happened, stick to the facts, and just leave the rest to us. And yeah, I know she's there. There's no duplicity going on here. They're both adults. They like each other, and they're seeing each other. I don't think it's going to be much more than that. But yeah, she's got to go, and she has her own assignments. He's going places, so they appreciate each other. Friends with
All right.
benefits, I guess.
And now, can we talk a little bit about Dick Thunder?
Dick Thunder, yes, he's very real. We practiced last week.
Okay. Yeah, because also as yet unseen Dick Thunder.
We'll be seeing.
Mysterious Dick Thunder. And now, do you bounce these like the lyrical and the kind of episodic, you know, the story arc and whatnot? Do you bounce this off of Dick Thunder, or is that too intellectual for him? Is he just more?
I'm not
Is
gonna
it
talk
like
back no, he's very intellectual. He trusts my vision on this one.
okay? Because
I got
I feel like sometimes I feel like it's like thunder, you know, to the
oh yeah,
thunder pole, and he runs and slides down the thunder pole,
he's a very
and
busy man. He's
someone
got
puts a
other bands.
bass on him, and he just goes, you know.
Yeah, no, he's good. We were actually let's see, it's the 8th today. We were going to actually have a show on the 12th, but that got canceled last month.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have our first show here in DC, but turns out that I think the place is closing down. They're not doing shows anymore, so that thing got canceled. So
Uh,
maybe in January we'll do a show. I don't know.
and now I
Full
want
band, by
to.
the way.
I'm sorry.
Full
Full
band, by
band.
the way.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not just two people. It's not going to be hollow notes and a MIDI thing. No, we got drummers, we got a keyboard player, we got a guitar player, and then
Wow, that's exciting.
we're gonna be doing it. We're
Exciting.
doing it.
It's not easy to hold those kinds of things together.
Well, they're very great. They're good friends of mine. They know what they're doing, and they know this is not going to be like taken up. It's every 2 weeks we're practicing, so it's not a
Yeah.
big time commitment.
I'm really excited about that. I'll have to get our good friend Renee to take some video footage of that.
Hopefully, it'll be a good show. I mean, like
Yeah.
we're starting to sound good. It definitely sounds a little bit different than recorded stuff. There's going to be a lot more edge to it. A little
Yeah. And now, speaking of edge,
Mm.
this picture that you put up that was like, that's me when I lived in Vegas. So first, I need to know the story about that. But the hair, the way it was hanging down, and the cigarette in your hand, and you were, and also then later learning that this picture was taken in an establishment called the Double Down Saloon.
Yeah, it's a great bar. It's the Double Down Saloon is a punk rock bar in Vegas. Legendary. If you go down to Vegas and you want to hear some punk rock on the jukebox, you go down there. Sometimes for a while they had like every night or most nights they'd have free bands play, and it's a great place. It's always been a great place. I've enjoyed going there whenever I go to town.
But tell me about this guy that's living in Vegas with the hair hanging down, because this looked like a different guy.
Oh yeah, that
And
guy
that was that
has got
guy.
problems. That guy was trying to needed to get his stuff together. That guy really had some issues.
What was this guy up to?
This guy was just didn't like living in Boston, decided, like, I'm in my late 20s, let's make one bad mistake. And I said, where's that going to happen? Well, Vegas is the best place to go make a big life mistake.
Well,
And it wasn't that bad. I actually liked it, but I decided to move away to somewhere else after like a little less than a year. I mean, there were some great people there. I just didn't like how spread out the city was. Like everything is like an hour away from everything else, and especially if you like live in a bad section of town like I did. Yeah, like the glitziest areas, I would not live in them. I lived in an area where people, I kid you not, watered the dirt in front of their house. They just walk out the
We're
morning.
so hoping for the best.
Well, but for the best, hoping the dust doesn't get too doesn't get kicked up too much.
Oh, to keep localized dust storms to a minimum.
Yeah, and there were like bugs that were like this big all over the place, just huge bugs everywhere. Eh, I- yeah, mice.
That's from the radiation. That's from nuclear fallout.
That's what I thought too. That's what exactly what I thought. And like there's like this bar next to me, and if I go there, sometimes I go there like have a drink, and there's these people. It's nice. It was I met nice people there. There were all sorts of great people. I have nothing but nice things to say about the people I met in Vegas because they were absolutely the best. But I just did not like living there.
And but do you find the people in Vegas, was there a common denominator? Can you say, these people were, running away from something, maybe,
Oh,
or
oh no. I mean, like people, I was hanging out with a lot of artists over there.
a lot of artists? Okay.
Yeah, so they liked living in Vegas, and they liked having their own thing away from the tourist thing.
Okay, yeah.
And it was incredibly cool. I liked them, and they were very welcoming. It's a very welcoming town.
And
Even
did you work in the casinos out there?
oh no, I did freelance writing, and I worked for this film festival for a little while, but yeah, and I also worked for a gym. I worked. Oh God, I had a lot of bad jobs in Vegas. That's the other thing. I just didn't enjoy working there. It just
Yeah.
wasn't. It was all just too much for me. And it's just like this. The people I liked, I just couldn't stand living there, except for the people.
Okay. Yeah,
And
because in that shot that you showed with the hair hanging out, that had a certain unemployable vibe to it.
thank you, sir. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Having looked in the mirror and
Really
seen that same look on
fun.
myself, I still see that look on myself, unfortunately.
No, I've yeah, no, it was just a time in my life. I found that picture. I figured I was going to share it, and so that's about it. That was like me in my late 20s, and so that's it.
Yeah. I think was that a formative experience to I mean you must met some really interesting people and can spin some tales
Let's see.
out of Vegas.
I there's some good ones there. I can't really talk to them about here. I mean, I did a lot of interviews with bands and performers.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh,
Did
cool.
my I did my only good interview with Henry Rollins there.
Wow, cool.
I've done a few interviews, like I've done some interviews with Henry Rollins and ran him a few times in the past. Um, and he's prickly person, let's just say. And so I never had a good experience interacting with him.
Mm.
So I actually started the interview out like, listen, I understand, like we've never had a good interaction. So I'm just gonna like leave this up to you. What have you been doing lately? Just tell me what you like and what you want to talk about today, and we'll go from there. And it worked out. He told me about his trip to Africa, and it was nice. Then he told me about some records he bought, and yeah, I don't remember the whole interview, but I just remember it was the only interview I ever did with Rollins that worked out. So thank you, Henry. I appreciate that.
I never met him, and I only saw Rollins band once, which was at I just show kind of tell you I can't even remember what it's called. Woodstock
Oh,
94 was it or 92? Oh,
94 was that? Yeah,
94. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but when the Rollins band took the stage, pouring rain, the clouds just came in, pouring rain, everyone was covered in mud and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
And that when he started, I'm not sure why, but this was the moment that me and my two people that I were with, we decided, let's take all the mushrooms.
Oh no.
So we did that. And he's playing in the rain and it's just dark and I'm doing, I'm doing the old, I don't feel a thing. And all of a sudden the rain stopped, the clouds parted, and the sun came out. And right as, first of all, I don't even know that Rollins Band did this kind of thing. I thought it was just straight ahead punk, but they went into like a space jam, you
Oh,
know?
okay.
I don't know if they decided on the spot as the sun was coming out and they just took advantage of it, but it was, they went into this crazy space jam and as the sun was coming out, and then the mushrooms hit. So it was like, you know, a heavy duty spiritual experience. Rollins Band at Woodstock, 94.
No, I'm sure it was. I can imagine that because I know that the guys in Rawls band really liked Hawkwind, especially Henry. He loved Hawkwind so much. Probably still does.
Oh, oh. Yeah.
Well, so you got some stuff coming out soon too. Tell me about your new let's get a little interview going with you a little bit. What's your new single coming?
Well, I'm wondering if you have this experience because there were, for a while there, you had quite a lot of releases lined up, right?
Right?
And do you ever get, you ever get like kind of itchy, like, come on, time pass. I want this next one to come out, right? But
Yeah.
you can't make them too close together.
No, you can't. You can't. For me, it's more like I chase. I try to catch up the deadlines. I keep myself. I had a goal for this project to
Mm,
make sure I got 10 songs released within the calendar year, and I did that.
very
We
impressive.
set the deadline. That's so now I can go and finish this. There's two more songs in the Capital saga, and then I'm going on to other things.
Okay. And I know I asked you this last time, but you don't have any plans to like collect them in an album, right? The whole thing, or are you going to?
I might. I might.
I might. Okay.
As at the moment, it's just gonna have to stay on there at singles
In
form,
the
but
episodic. Okay.
the playlist.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. People go and check out the. I've seen it. People actually go and listen to the whole thing at times. I've seen that, so that's nice.
Oh, that must feel cool.
It does. I tell you, what really felt cool was actually having people listen to one of my songs a lot, and
Hmm.
more than once that I saw that. That was an experience. I'm just happy that it happened once because I had also one of the other things goals we had is to like at least have more than 100 monthly listeners. So yay, we've two goals within a year, two very minor goals, and we got them
Well, that's
both.
great, man. Yeah. 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 I was always like wanting to see that 1,000 broken. You get tired of seeing the less than 1,000 on
Oh
the
yeah,
every song.
yeah. I got less than that honestly, and I got way less than 1,000 of the other songs. Way. It's like you have like 1,500 for eulogy and like you get everything out like the next one down like is the attache at like 460 or something like that.
Mm.
So eulogy by far is the song I'm known for. I'm thinking like we're rehearsing for the show and it's like do I have to learn eulogy? Like you don't have to learn eulogy. No, don't worry about it. We're just gonna do this. And then people start listening to it like I have to do eulogy now. So don't worry, guys. I'm just gonna go and
The audience is going to be chanting eulogy.
I'll put this on. I'll put like the instrumental version on my iPhone. Put that to the PA. And I'll sing along to it. Y'all go out for smoke break.
Hey, that
Yeah,
might be cool.
it
That
might.
might be
It might.
cool.
It might. Yes.
Yeah, that might be cool if if the band goes out for a smoke break and you like do a costume change and just hit return on the
That'd be good. So
MacBook and just
chances are we only got 20 minutes, so we gotta make this quick. Yeah, like
yeah.
we're like, we get a lot of listeners, but like we only have a few of them in DC. We're still like, oh, you guys, do you actually who are you? But
Yeah.
we're known.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. I have a lot of songs that went over 1,000 now, and I'm trying not to get jaded about that because alls I wanted, and it seemed so far away, was to get 1,000. But mine happened as soon as I worked with James K. Ultra. As soon as he produced
Right.
it, it shot up, Uh, so yeah, before that, I think the most I had was 350, and that was an instrumental I did that was like, I think it was like kind of perfect for like a yoga class or something. So I think some yoga teacher must have put it on her playlist.
Well, yeah. Hey, if people
So,
like it, people like it. Yeah, no,
but yeah,
yeah, I basically did eulogy as sort of like a way, like say, like as I knew it would be a crowd pleaser. I didn't think people would actually would. I thought it'd be like attaché level, but people actually like it. But I did it as a way to say, hey, to reach out to people. So like, here, I'm with you. I know things you want. I can relate to you on this one. Here's something from me to you. Now I'm gonna bring out this Roxy Music Coke party called the Texan.
oh
I
yeah,
think I heard that.
okay. I can hear that the kind of Roxy music thing now. Do you mention it? Yeah, but I wouldn't have thought that.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
I use a couple of Brian Ferryisms in my vocal delivery on one part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, just like for one section of it, like what do we do with a martyr? Lift that corpse up like a standard.
Oh yeah,
So
like a standard. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, I gave myself that one moment, that one little moment to do a Brian Ferryism, and I just said no more. That's good. Ori Wara, it's welcome.
Yeah, but there you go. There you go. I mean, you in your head, that's the Brian Ferryism, and I I'm a huge Brian Ferry fan. I didn't hear that at all. So it's. I mean, what I hear is that you've got these great little. I mean, what I love about your music is there's always a great riff. First of all, then there's musical hooks in there even before you even lay the vocal over top. I mean, it's already nice and catchy to listen to. And then your vocals, which I also maintain, keep getting better and better and better. Um, because I can hear over time there's kind of like more swagger and confidence in your delivery, and you come up with these little things like this little Brian Ferryism that you're talking about, but there's like these great little vocal moments, it's
You.
like almost like a cool little riff you do on the guitar or something, that you do with your voice, and I'm a big fan of that.
Thank
But
you.
I love Eulogy, but I have to say, I think my favorite overall, it might be the Texan, but it's like this with Over Under. I love Over Under.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you like the later period, the later in the year period.
yeah, yeah.
No,
Your vocal on Over Under is just like stellar. It's
thank you. And I kept
yeah,
that simple. So the fact that that's all just me on one track, no overdubs. I mean, yeah, there's a couple times where I stopped it, but there's no overdubs. It's just one track of vocals.
yeah,
So thank you for
yeah. That's
that
great.
worked out.
Yeah, well, this next song I have coming out, Witch's Curse, is the exact opposite of that.
Okay.
I don't know what the vocal track count is, but it may be, yeah, it may be about 8 vocal tracks for
Wow.
me, and then I have um there's this woman Helena has her first single coming out this Friday, I think, called Vulva, and she sings like very witchy kind of background vocals on it, and there must be 4, 5, 6 tracks of her vocals on there too. So it's like yeah, the exact opposite of Over Under. So there's a lot of oohing and eyeing in this song, Witch's Curse.
The
This
Texan
coming
has
up,
12.
but 12?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I had to actually open up another file just so I could do for just the big backup vocals on that. I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to
yeah.
yeah, there's at least there's 8 on that one, and then there's the backup vocals on the regular track, the singular ones.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was
very tastefully mixed, you know. It's like it's got those backing vocals that are just like, you know, just supporting it a bit, but
oh yeah,
it doesn't take away from the power of that lead vocal, you know.
yeah. I know. I listened to a lot of Lawrence Welk as a child, so I know about
Oh, yeah.
these backup. You gotta go and just like put that there, and so I was trying to emulate a Tom Jones backup thing, and somewhere between Tom Jones and Lawrence Welk orchestra. That's what I was trying to go for. I'm being honest about that.
Champagne bubbles.
Oh man, every now and then I just watch some Lawrence Welk on TV. It's a magic night. No one wants to hang out with me. I'm watching Lawrence Welk. Magical.
How has Lawrence Welk not gotten the biopic treatment?
I don't know. I think maybe we don't want to know. But we still have the last polka.
It's like, you know, these figures from back then, like before there was social media, you know, you don't find out all the dirt. I mean, Lawrence Welk may have had a network of caves and, you know, baby oil and you know rubber appliances, phallic appliances, you know, like P. Diddy and stuff. But you just never hear about it because there's no social media back then, you know.
The only thing I know about
Lawrence Welk got away with it. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I know
Got
about
away with
Lawrence
that shit.
life is that he was born in America, but his first language was German. He did not learn English until he started going to school. That's
Okay,
why.
yeah, because he had a really heavy accent.
Yeah.
Unless he was just putting that on. That might be part of the artifice and
Oh, he had that accent was real.
evil undertow on Lawrence Welk.
Yeah, no, I don't think we want to know about Lauren Welk's personal life.
Uh-oh, we got less than a minute. We got less
All
than a
right.
minute. I better say goodbye. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
And
so much for
long may Feen reign. I love it.
very much.
Keep them
Thank you.
coming. I'm a big fan. Bless
Take it
you.
easy.
See you, man.